Okay, welcome. This is Pax Europiana from the border between Kosovo and, of course, it's raining here now. Yes, between Kosovo and Macedonia. Here you see the Macedonian border and the Kosovo border crossing. You see the facilities, and over there you see, that's quite historic, the start of the motorway towards Albania, towards Ohrid. It's a historic motorway. They have decided it now. And here you see the border crossing, and you see, I think it's raining. After all the heat, it's unbelievable. Here you see the Shah Mountains, and here you see that it's really starts to rain a bit. I think hide a bit, yeah. And I will explain you the facilities here under the roof of a little bit of a rain cover, because I don't want to be wet. So, guys, what is happening here? This is the border. It was the war 20 years ago. It was very complicated. Now the border is safe. You can be cool here, and it's actually also the point where the new highway is commencing. I will show you the highway later. It's really amazing. The progress here is unbelievable. Of course, it looks still a bit wild, and it is a bit of a border where when you come the first time, you think it's not in order. But you have to imagine the traffic between two countries going on such a small piece of property, and now comes the highway. This is the civilization. And Bechtel, the Americans, basically will build now the highway as well from this border towards Ohrid. The Western Macedonian highway will be done not by the Chinese, by the Americans. And that's a God heaven sent blessing for the whole country and the whole region, and hope to continue also towards Elbasan, and will be crossing into Durrës, and that will be the real ring road of civilization, American power and American infrastructure for the Western Balkans. I can only hope that this is the future, and I pray for it. So what we see here is, of course, a lot of movement between the two countries, and there is a lot of economic activity, and this is very important for the whole of the societies to have a good infrastructure, interconnectivity. I'm far from happy with what we have achieved. Only Kosovo has made really serious progress. Macedonia, unfortunately, not so much in the last 15 years. They're catching up now under better government, which is really building less monuments, but more real things, and that's really so fantastic. And we have real major progress. I will show you the Kosovo highway infrastructure. It's really impressive what was achieved in the recent years. And there's the highway between Pristina and Tirana, between Tirana and Skopje, and they are building also to Peja in the west, and they are building to the north. There's really such a thing like a highway project the world has not seen here in Kosovo, and it's impressive. And I'm really very happy about it. Yeah, they are catching up now in Macedonia. In Albania, honestly, has been little achieved in the last 8 years. Mr. Rama is not very much into building, and that's a pity. No, nevertheless, I've also made some photos of the rail connection. There is an existing rail connection for goods transport between Pristina and Skopje, but it's not in heavy use because there is still a lack of infrastructure, and also this should be done. And also what we need, and I call here now again, we have the euro in Kosovo, and this is excellent. In Macedonia, Albania, this is still missing, and I hope that this will change, and there will be wisdom, and there will be the euro as soon as possible. We have to really have the euro and the EU customs union. I'm so happy after 3 years to be back in this beautiful country, and I can just call everybody, please, we need to remove these borders here internally in the countries which were once together in Yugoslavia. Now they're all in the EU, on the way to the EU. So we have to remove the customs borders here and make a customs union of the Southern Balkans, not with Serbia, they might not be ready, not with Bosnia, let's see if they're ready, but with the 4 smaller countries here. This is so important: Macedonia, Kosovo and Albania, Montenegro. A customs union, EU compatible, in the euro, and this is the economic integration, and obviously the political integration for the countries who are ready for that, like Macedonia, like Albania, like also Montenegro, the best prepared of all 3 of them. And then later for Serbia, Bosnia and for Kosovo once they are ready in 2029, as I hope so, and I'm working on it to make them ready and to bring hope and to bring a clear perspective of membership for all the countries who are in NATO. And now it's getting, I think, quite rainy here. And let's see how I will manage in the coming days, because I really hate to be in the rain. That's one of my defects. and I'm now in the middle of the rain, it seems to me, but I'm safe here and I will get something to eat and I will be okay here, because here I'm safe in Kosovo. I feel so happy. 3.5 years since the celebration of independence I was the last time here, and then I came once more for one day, I think just in June 2018. So it's exactly 3 years I was not here. I will also see how much progress there is in this beautiful country. On the highways, unbelievable, really congratulations. Institutionally, let's see what the new government will bring forward. It's now stable and long-term government, I think so, in this new Vendosia coalition with the good elements from all parties together. So for clean government they are. And you see what kind of infrastructure is moving here. And of course the only refinery of the region is in Skopje. So all the transports of petrol and fuels have to come by truck here. The idea of a pipeline was often discussed, but everything comes through this border. It's the vital bottleneck, and in the past it was always in Kačanik over there. It was closed and then the border was blocked by stones, and then there was a complete disaster for the whole country. So what we need is a straight, direct highway here towards Skopje and towards Ohrid, Struga, and that will come now connecting with the main ports, of course, with Thessaloniki, the main port of the region. And this is the future here of the region, and I'm really fully optimistic that this will now happen, and I'm happy to be back in Kosovo again. You know, I hope just that now the progress will be there, that the Greeks will recognize. The Greeks are a big investor here, this big cement work. It's a Greek investment and they run it. They are lucky to have it, and they are also an economic power in the Balkans. I don't know why they are somehow so hesitant. Now they want to be allies of the Americans again and then not, and so it's always so confusing with the Greeks. They are a little bit inconsistent, but the signals are now good, and I hope this will be the celebration in this year of Greek recognition of Kosovo, and of course also of the Slovaks, Romanians. I don't know what is wrong with the guys, and I hope that they will now come to senses and they go and will do that. It's raining more and more. I think I will stay here stable, and I will be for the long term here until I will be picked up, because I really hate to walk in the rain through border regions. Yeah? So let's cross fingers, my travel through the NATO countries in the Southern Balkans is fine. I keep you posted also then when I'm again back in the action. I will give you the view of Brisbane, not Pristina for sure. If I can manage Brisbane, I don't know this time, but I will try to keep you posted with interesting videos. I will also do a video podcast, Pax Europiana. Please also the audio files which I have on the podcast on Apple, take that into account, and also follow my Twitter account. And best regards now from a thunderstorm here at the border position between Kosovo and Macedonia. Very European, very soon with highways, and the highway, the civilization starts exactly 1 kilometer over there. If I'm not getting too wet, I give you a last visual impression of this place. I love it. The highway starts here. Here's the cement works. Here the border position, Macedonia. Thanks for treating me so finely. And now for Kosovo, let's see what may expect me here, and I will keep you posted. Thanks a lot for watching, and more comes later.